Hello everyone, it's Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I have been doing a little bit of this blanket today. A little bit of other things as well. I was doing a little bit, this is the sleeves on the little white cardigan baby one I'm doing for Helen. That's that one. So that's one whip. This is two whips. And I had been doing a little bit of this one, the Rosewood blanket. I've got a little bit more of that one done, and I have managed to straighten the needles a little bit. They're not quite as curly as they were before. You can't tell that one because it's on the stitches are on the cable. But a lady called Helen put a comment on my video where she said for the straightened hers, she had pinned them like that onto her ironing board, put a cloth over the top and had ironed them with the steam. So that's what I did. It took quite a while actually, going backwards and forwards quite a few times, and I thought it was going to damage the cable actually, because iron was quite hot, but there was a lot of steam. But it seems very durable. This cable doesn't seem to make any difference what you do to it, it doesn't damage it. So it straightened it. I think it was a little bit straighter than that, but it has curved a little bit. But I think if I put them away, I'll hang them up like that, and then the weight will keep it like that. But they seem to have kept a straight shape. So thank you for that information, Helen. It's a lot easier knitting with this when this isn't curling around like this all the time when you're knitting. So that was just to try it out. I did a little bit more of the Rosewood, but I do want this one finished as soon as possible because I'm putting the PDF. I have all the instructions written for it. I know I don't need to actually knit it for the instructions. I want it knitted for the picture because I haven't got a picture. I haven't done a Rosewood one before. But this one, there's this one, and another one I did a little while ago, a slightly different pattern to this one, which I already have pictures of this because I've done a couple of these recently for twins. And I do have a picture. I found a picture for the other one that I did, the Knit 2 Purl 2 one that I done a little while, the double moss stitch one. So I do have a photo for that one, and I have photos for this one, but I never done this one, the Rosewood one, before. So I have to find, well, I don't have to find, I have to do a picture when I get it finished. So that one, it's a little bit more important, that one, for to get the PDF done. So that's 1, 2, that's 3 whips there, and then there is that one, that's 4 whips. I'm doing that one. I'll get onto that one again as well, because I'm going to do a PDF for that one, and I need one more side after this one to finish that PDF. So I've been looking in my bag because I've got that much stuff in here. So that's 4 whips. And there's my sweater, which I did 1 or 2 more rows last night. So I think I'm about to do the armholes. So that's 5 whips. And then there's this one. I started this one off one of my patterns because I thought I had made a mistake in the pattern. And I got the back done, the 22-inch size. I got the back done in one of the fronts. And I was about to start on the sleeve because I didn't know, I was sure there was a mistake in the pattern. But I hadn't come across it doing the back and one of the fronts, and the other front would be the same as this, just reversing the shape. And so the next would have been the sleeves, and there actually was a fault in the pattern, which another lady told me about on the sleeves. So if I'd kept on knitting, I would have found that mistake myself, because that was why I was knitting. I just had a feeling there was something wrong on that pattern, but I didn't get round to find it out for myself. So how many whips was that again? I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6. 6 this whip. And that is the back of my sweater. And the bottom of my bag here. I think this is the last one. Yes, this one, cardigan. I'm definitely going to finish this one because I left it as the winter came on, because I'm more for sweaters in the winter, and I thought, well, this is a cardigan. So I just left it. I already have the back done, but I'm not sure whether this is going to fit me because it does look rather big. But I'll find out when it's finished. I'm putting that against me, and I think this is going to be too big for me, this one, but I'll find out when I finish it. I'll put it up for sale if it is too big for me. And I've got a stitch wrapped around the end of that. There, that's it. So that's 7 whips I have in that bag. I think that's a lot. Yes, it is. All the rest is not a few bits of balls of wool in there. So I am going to have to get my finger out and get some of these things finished. This one was with Mariner's wool before they went bankrupt. It was nice wool, Mariners. Pity I think they weren't charging enough for it. I think that's probably how they ended up going out of business. Put that back in. Put that in. That little rosewood cardigan, that will probably be after I finish these ones, that'll be the next one to finish. And I'll do a little bit of the rosewood one while I'm sitting here, because I think I'm just onto the plain rose. I've got it wound around the wool on the floor. I've got so many balls of wool on the floor that I'm knitting with. This great big one here that I'm doing, the yes, that one and that one. That's the beige one that I'm doing one of the blankets with. Then I've got these 2 balls that I'm doing this one with. And then I've got that ball on the floor doing that one with. I'll put that one in the little bag I keep at the side there. I have a little, like a paper bag, well, it's like a big cardboard bag thing I keep the ball in, stops it rolling around the floor. Now, where did I put the other needle from this? Oh, there it is. That's it. So I'm just onto plain knit rows on this, so I'm not going to make any mistakes with just knitting plain while I'm busy talking. So I'm going to knit the moss stitch first. Two, 3, 4. So 4 moss stitches. Now I'm just knitting stocking stitch for 6 rows. That's what I'm doing for this one. And you know, it's rather cold today. I don't know what's happened to our weather. I could do with in the really colder weather, I had one of those heating pads I kept on my knee. I think I'm going to put it back on my knee actually, because it is rather cold today. I don't know what the temperature is. I haven't checked my phone today, but don't know what's happened to this lovely warm weather we are supposed to be having, but it hasn't gotten this far. You see how this is a lot easier to knit with, because this is just down at my side instead of when I was knitting before, it was up here like that and weaving about all the time while I was knitting. But I had forms to fill in today that I got from the DWP, our pension service. I got in contact with them. It was actually when the new tax year started in April, and that's when they update our pensions, and I get a small amount of pension credit because I am what you call an older pensioner, and us older pensioners don't get as much as the younger pensioners. There's nearly £50 difference actually to what they get to what we get. But I get a little bit more than that because I get a small bit of pension from my husband's pension that was left to me when, after he died. I get a small part of his. But I get a small bit of pension credit, and when they worked it out in April, when the new tax year starts, that's when they update our pension. We get extra pension and what have you. I knew I wasn't entitled to the amount they were giving me because of what I earn from YouTube and orders I get, things I sell on eBay and Etsy and that, and to do with what we have in the bank as well. They tell us, the government tells us pensioners to save, before we're pensioners, to save for your pension. That's so they don't have to pay us anything extra. But anyway, I wanted it sorted out because whatever they overpaid me, I would have to pay back. So I got in touch with the pension service about the beginning of April sometime. It was around about when the tax year started, because that was when I got the extra amount that they were giving me for my pension credit on top of my pension. And I told them that I didn't think I was entitled to the amount they were giving me because of what I was earning from YouTube and eBay and Etsy, and because of what money you have in the bank as well. So I told them to send the forms to me. I told them that I hadn't at the time filled in my tax returns for HMRC, but I had intended doing it straight away. I wasn't going to wait until next January. I wanted it sorted straight away and out of the way. So I told them I was going to fill in my tax returns and that if they would send me some forms, what I might have to fill in to let them know how much I'm getting, so they can work out what I'm entitled to. Well, I waited and waited. Weeks went by. It was quite just over a week ago, I think it was. I realised I hadn't got this letter, so I got in touch with them again. And according to them, they had sent this letter out a couple of days after I had contacted them, which would have been the beginning of April. And I said, well, I haven't gotten any letter. There's no letter come here. So he took a lot of information on the phone when I was on the phone to him, and said he would send the forms out anyway for me to fill in. And they're like what you call self-employment films. They are self-employment forms. That's what they want to know, all about my self-employment, what I'm earning and what I'm doing. And so these forms came today. Well, not today, they came a couple of days ago like this, and I've just filled it in today. And you know what? They're worse than the forms I had to fill in for the HMRC for my tax returns. Do I have a farm? Do I have a boat? I says, no, I'm not in the agricultural business, and I am not in the fisheries business. And a lot of other things on that form that was so complicated. I don't even know whether I filled the right things in or not. So I had printed off all the forms that I had filled in for the HMRC. So I just put them in the envelope and sent them with them. I could sort them out myself, because I have not got a clue on that thing. Because I don't think I'm even going to get any pension credit, so I'm not going to do all that for nothing. So I'll be posting that tonight. I have a couple of orders for my knitting patterns that I'll be posting tonight. So I'll be posting that letter as well when I pop up to the post box later on tonight. You know, it's the government's way of not paying you what you're entitled to, really. Like, they just want you to manage on as little as possible. And I still don't think it's fair that the younger pensioners get nearly £50 more than an older pensioner, just because I don't even know why, actually, why it is that way. It was in 2016 they changed things to that. Well, I think it must have something to do with that was around about the time when they upped the age for people who could retire. Where at one time in my younger days, when I got my pension at 60. But the women these days, I think it's 67, 66 or 67, they have to work till now before they get their pension. So I don't know whether it's got anything to do with that. Why the younger pensioners get a lot more than us older pensioners, I don't know. But whatever reason, it's not fair. It is very unfair that we have to claim pension credit to make our money up to what the younger pensioners are getting. But it all depends on how much money, if we are earning anything or have anything in the bank. The younger pensioners can have as much as they like in the bank. They can earn as much as they like. They still get that same amount. But us older ones, if we earn a little bit money or have money in the bank, it's deducted from that pension credit that they could pay us. So I'm on a rant there. I'm still moaning about it. And that's my other needle that I've straightened. Well, it's a cable that I've straightened anyway, so I'm happy about that. I would buy more on that now that I know I can straighten the cable. But they're very hard to come by. I think I had a look on a site called Laughing Hens. They have one or two very thin ones. I think they go up to £3.75, but they don't have any of the sizes like 4mm or 4.5mm, 5mm, and that I think the next one they have is 6mm, and then they have 8mm, 9mm, and there's just not. Amazon has a few on, but they're not sizes that are used regular. Must just be what they have left, you know. Then nobody's not going to do them anymore, I think. But anyway, thumbs up and subscribe. That's my little bit for today. So I'm going to carry on. I'm going to get my heating pad out and put it on my knee because my hands are cold, actually. I'm not going to put my heating on because it'll cost me money. So thumbs up and subscribe. I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.